Uganda is known to be a Christian country, 85% Christian.
Uganda emanyiddwa ng'ensi ey'Abakristaayo, ebitundu 85 ku buli kimu.
And yet is ranked among the most corrupt countries in the world.
Naye ng'ate mbulibwa enguzi eri emu ku mawanga agamanyikiddwa.
We are not discipled.
Mazima tetukuziddwa mu bwa Katonda.
Corruption in Uganda is at its peak.
Obulibwa enguzi mu Uganda buli waggulu nnyo.
To the extent that comedians have now come up with what they call a nomenclature, some kind of...
bakazanyirizi bazze balina obuzanyozanyo bwe bazze bateekawo ne batulaga
about the three arms of government.
Nga balaga ebitundu ebisatu ebikola government.
You know, the first one is the executive.
Omanye ekisooka ye executive.
They have called it the executives.
Bagiyise execubabi.
And the second one is what? Legislature.
Ekiddako bagiyita ekyabalamuzi.
So the legislators have now been called the legislators.
Abo ate babayise balegi kunyaga.
Except a few. I'm glad I haven't heard your name. And then the third arm is the judiciary. They now call it judiciary. They now call it judiciary. Judiciary. Corruption is everywhere. It is even in the church, sadly. In hospitals, schools, money meant for social services ends up in individual pockets. I listened to Honorable Betty Nambozi. Something was flying around on social media. I may not say it exactly the way she did, but she was giving an example of corruption. About a head teacher who will ask his teachers to ask their pupils to bring 2,000 shillings, for example, for a book. So the teacher will now go to the classroom and say, tomorrow, each one of you will bring 5,000 shillings for a textbook. The head teacher said 2,000. Now the teacher tells the pupils 5,000. The pupil will go home and tell the mother, the teacher has said that tomorrow we take 7,000 shillings for a textbook. The mother will go to the husband and say, our son says that tomorrow they must take 10,000 shillings for a textbook. The father will then call maybe his boss, like a farm, maybe he's a farm manager. So he now calls his boss and said, boss, there's an emergency here. Please help me with 15,000 shillings because it is needed tomorrow at school. Corruption is everywhere. May the Lord deliver our nation. 1 week into my office as a bishop, a young man arrived at my house at 6 a.m. with a goat. He came on a border with a goat in between him and the border driver. He introduced himself to me. He said he was a lay reader. 1 week later, he came back with a bag of beans. So I got concerned. I said, the Holy Spirit gave me a word. And I asked him, I said, by the way, have you ever dreamt of joining the ordained ministry? He said, oh, yes, my Lord. Yes, my Lord. How did you know that? That is my dream. I knew the reason why he had brought a goat and a bag of beans. I said to him, this is not how God calls. Fortunately or unfortunately, I had already eaten the goat. If I hadn't eaten it already, I would have given it back to him.